Hello Year 1 and welcome to Tuesday's literacy lesson. Now, yesterday we started to adapt the story of The Way Back Home. I wonder if you can remember what the word adapt meant. It meant change, and we started to change part of Oliver Jeffers' story. We changed the character yesterday. We started with the boy and then we changed it to something else, and I changed my character into a dog. Can you remember what you changed your character into? Now we're going to use that character again today, but this time we're going to be looking at the middle of the story and we're going to see if we can change an event. So let me share my screen with you and I'll show you exactly what we are up to today. Because today is Tuesday, the 9th of February, 2021, and we're going to see how do brilliant writers adapt the middle part of a familiar story. So we're going to warm up our brains by looking at those spotlight spellings again. Then I'm going to read you the middle part of our story, and we're going to see if we can adapt an event that happens in the middle. And then you are going to have a go at writing the middle part of the story. Now, yesterday, I made you write 4 sentences. Today, we're only writing 3, so let's see how good we can make them. Now, before we begin, let's make sure we've got everything we need. We're going to need our pencils, your exercise book or your pieces of paper, and your imagination needs to be with us again today because we've got some changing to do, we've got some adapting to do. And before we begin our writing, let's warm up by getting our whiteboard pens and our whiteboards because we're going to have a look at some spotlight spellings. So if you need to go and grab any of the bits and pieces that you need for this lesson, pause the video here and come back when you're ready. Okay, let's get started. Here's our spotlight and we're going to have a look at those spellings that we looked at yesterday. And we've seen these spellings over and over and over again now, which means we can't spell them wrong anymore. We just need to remember them because we've practiced them so often. So let's see how speedy we can be. Are you ready? My turn, your turn. Space. Good job. Can you see that split A? Let's keep going. Moon. Petrol. Home. And remember, home has the split O. Let's keep going. Martian. Thanked. Did you stick your tongue out? Let's try it again. Thanked. Good job. Plane with our split A. Earth. And the last one, cupboard. Cupboard is our compound word. Remember, 2 words, and if we squish them together, it makes a new word. Okay, Year 1, have a look at them really carefully because I have written 2 of these spotlight spellings on my whiteboard. But I need your help because I've made a couple of mistakes and I need you to help me change them. So have a look at them now. Look really carefully because I'm going to hide them in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you're going to have a look at the spellings that I have done on my whiteboard and I need you to edit them. I need you to fix them for me. So are you ready to have a little look? I have written the word Martian and I've written the word Earth. Now have a little look. What is the mistake that I have made? I've made 1 mistake in Martian and 1 mistake in Earth. Can you use your whiteboards and see if you can correct the mistakes that I've made? Off you go. See if you can have a go and correct them. I'm trying to write the word Martian and Earth. Pause the video here to see if you can write them properly. Okay, welcome back. Let me have a little look at your boards. Can you show me your boards in 3, 2, 1? Okay, I know what my mistake was now. Let me see if I can fix the mistakes on my board. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Should I have used capital letters? That was my mistake, wasn't it? I should have used a capital letter for Martian because it's his name. And I should have used a capital letter for Earth because it's the name of a planet. And have a little look. Okay, Can you see how I made my capital letters go all the way up to our white line? So they need to be super tall letters for our capitals. Well done if you spotted that mistake, and thank you very much for helping me change it. Okay, we can rub those boards out now and we can put them to one side with our whiteboard pen because we don't need them for a little while. Because now I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to have a little look at the middle part of our Oliver Jeffers story. So yesterday we looked at the beginning. We went all the way up until the poor character was stuck on the moon because the plane had run out of petrol. And my character was the dog. So my dog is stuck on the moon. So I'm going to read on and I wonder, can you spot what I have changed today? Are you ready? Meanwhile, up in space, someone else was in trouble too. His engine had broken down, and steering the ship towards a flicker of light, he landed on the moon with a bump. The dog showed the Martian his empty petrol tank, and the Martian showed the dog his broken engine. Together, they thought of ways to fix their machines and get them both back home. The dog jumped down to earth to get the things they would need, right into the sea, and sailed back home. Year 1, can you spot what I have adapted, what I have changed today? He's not swimming home anymore. I've changed what he does. I've changed the event. He's now sailed home. I've got him a boat and he's sailing home. Now, I wonder, what are you going to change? We had the boy that swam home. I've now changed it to the dog that sailed home. So I wonder, can you think of another way that the character can get home? The character jumps into the sea, but how's he going to get from the sea back to his home again? Could he sail like my dog does? Could he scuba dive? Could he jet ski? What else could he do? Could he row back home? Could he paddleboard? Does he meet a whale and he gets a ride on the back of the whale? So, just like yesterday, we now need our whiteboards. And what I want you to do is I would like you to draw the 3 pictures. So you're going to draw the Martian crashing onto the moon. You're going to draw the Martian and your new character talking about what had happened. And then you need to draw your new character getting from the sea back home again. And that's the part you need to change. Is your new character going to sail like mine, or is it going to do something different? So pause the video here and have a go at drawing your 3 mini pictures, and remember to change how your character is going to get from the sea back to the home, back to his house. Pause it now and get those imaginations running. Off you go. Brilliant job, Year 1, well done. So hopefully now on your whiteboard, you've got your 3 mini pictures. One of the Martian crashing to the moon, one of your new character and the Martian showing each other their problem, and then your last picture being your new character doing something to get back home. So my dog is sailing. What is your character doing? And just like yesterday, we're now going to have a go at writing these 3 sentences. So we're going to look at our pictures carefully and write a sentence for each picture. And just like yesterday, you can decide how much you want to show off. So here I've talked about my last picture. The dog sailed home. Oh, look, can you see my ED there? Because the dog already did it. So I've got my ED, my past tense, the suffix we used weeks and weeks ago. And I've got home there, which is my split sound for my spotlight spelling. So you could keep it nice and simple. The dog sailed home. You could add those adjectives in. The brave dog speedily sailed home. Have a look at those words in purple. They're my adjectives that I've used to describe the dog and how he sailed home. And if you want to give me more information, you could extend your sentence using the conjunction and. Let's have a look. The brave dog jumped down to earth and speedily sailed home. So I've told you what the dog did. The brave dog jumped. Look, I've even remembered my capital letter for earth this time. And I've told you what he did next. He speedily sailed home. So I've added my and there. And that's exactly what you can do today with your challenge that you pick. So everybody is going to write the 3 sentences for the middle part of our story. And you can choose if you're going to do the green challenge, where you are going to write your 3 sentences, remembering your capital letters and full stops. If you're going to do the yellow challenge, where you are going to add adjectives in, so you're going to describe how the Martian felt or what the Martian was like when he got to the moon. You could describe the character and the Martian when they are showing each other their problem. And you could explain and describe what your character is feeling like when they're on their way home. And if you're up for the red challenge, that means that you are going to be adding in more information. You're going to do extended sentences by using the word and you're also going to put some adjectives in. So let me help you with your word banks today. If you're going to do your 3 simple sentences using your capital letters and full stops, you're going to pause the video here on the green challenge. And I've added some words here that might help you. You've got the word Martian and moon, plan and home. So don't forget, you've got to write 3 sentences, and the last sentence is all about that change that you are adding in. How is your character getting home? If you're going to do the yellow challenge, you are going to have a little look at the Martian and how he might be feeling. So you might describe him as feeling scared, and I've added those spotlight spellings for you there. You can have a look at the word when the plane and how it had broken. So you might need those for your second sentence. And I've given you the spotlight spelling home and an adjective quickly that you might want to use in your last sentence. So you're writing your 3 sentences, and don't forget to change that last one to something different of how your character is getting home. You should be using those 3 pictures that you drew on your whiteboards for me earlier. So if you're going to add adjectives, stop the video here and have a go at writing your 3 sentences. And just like yesterday, if you are going to challenge yourself to extend your sentences, then I have given you your 2 sentences that you can put together. I've given you some clues. So you could, first of all, talk about the Martian and how he got stuck on the moon. The Martian's plane broke and he got stuck on the moon, and he landed on the moon. So remember, when we're using and, we're not making a list, we're extending our sentences and giving more. Then I've given you the clue broken. So the characters could have shown their broken machines and made a clever plan. And the last one, you can think about how your character jumped down to earth and how did he get home? That's what you need to change and you need to adapt. So if you're going to use adjectives and the word and in your sentences, stop here and use the clues that I've given you on this page. Super work, year 1. Well done. That means that you have written your 3 sentences today, and we have adapted the middle part of our story. Now, just like yesterday, before we say goodbye, I just want to do some careful checking. And I just want you to have a little look at your capital your M, because you might have used the word Martian today. And I want you to check in all of your sentences, Did you use a capital if you wrote the word Martian? Just like how I forgot at the start of the lesson, let's check your work now. Think about your handwriting today. Have you got that nice tall capital letter? If you did, good job. If you need to do some fixing, fix it for me now. Now let's have a look at the words moon. Now, can you see here, if I wrote the word moon, I should be able to see my Maisie, mountain, mountain. Not just mountain, mountain, but have you got your Maisie in there as well? Did you start your in the right place? And also have a look at your if you wrote the word moon today. Did you go down Nobby, then over his net? Or did you just do the net? So have a check. Do you need to add in your characters? Maisie, mountain, mountain, and down Nobby and over his net. Have a little check of your handwriting for me. And the last thing I want you to check is you might have used the letter P today. And I just want you to check, did you use it as a descender? So you could have written plain or plan, and just have a check because this letter needs to go below all of your other letters. It's a descender. So it can't be sticking up nice and tall. It needs to go down past your line today. So you can see how I've done my down the pirate's plat and around its face. So just have a little look at your letters and see if you made them into descenders today, if you wrote the sound P. Brilliant job, year one. And that is the end of our lesson. You have adapted the middle part of the story. You changed how your character got from the sea back home. And tomorrow we're going to pick up where we've left off and we are going to have a go at changing, adapting an object tomorrow in our story. So we're halfway there. We've written the beginning and the middle. We now need to finish off the part at the end where we're going to change an object tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then, and don't forget to share your work today so we can find out what you adapted and how your character got home. Take care everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.